Hello, my name is Parth Patel. I'll be explaining the motivation theory known as Adams' equity theory. Um, let's go into introductions. Equity theory was developed by J. Stacy Adams in 1965. It basically states that people are driven by a need for justice in their relationships. I find this theory to be particularly insightful and relevant to the field of management. So what is equity, Adams' equity theory? The core idea of equity theory is that we constantly compare our inputs and outputs with those of others who are referred to as reference. These comparisons help us determine whether we are being treated fairly or not. Um, if we perceive that our input to outcome ratio is similar to our reference, we feel a sense of equity and are satisfied. Input can include a wide range of contributions such as diligence, fidelity to the company, length of service, degree of education, training, etc. And on the other hand, the outcomes encompasses rewards like salary, benefits, acknowledgement, preferential treatment, and on the other hand, a reference who could be specific individuals or a group of people, and if if this theory is to work, if they whoever our referent is, it has to be someone who is comparable to us, who is in similar roles and responsibilities within the same organizations. We cannot compare ourselves to a CEO, for example. It has to be our colleagues who has the same responsibilities and roles as us. Then only our reference work. Equity theory outlines various reactions to perceived equity, um, because it's based on personality traits, how we react to the inequity. Um, we may attempt to rationalize the circumstances by downplaying our input, placing a higher value on our outcome, manipulating the reference input or outcomes, or even alternating the comparison individual. Alternatively, we could take actions like increasing our input or um, trying to negotiate better outcomes through legitimate means. Unfortunately, research also shows that some people may resort to unethical actions such as stealing to rebalance that perceived inequity. Moreover, equity theory acknowledges that individuals react differently to perceived inequity based on their personality traits. Like I said before, researchers have identified a personality trait called equity sensitivity. Equity sensitivity. Equity sensitive individuals are distressed when when they feel over rewarded or under rewarded. They strive to maintain equitable relationships. This personality trait in particular is important for organizations to understand because it influences how individuals view their work relationships. Okay, so a manager who advocates for equity theory would ensure uh, uh, these management style uh, implement these management styles, I would say. So he or she would ensure fair compensation. They would also uh, compensate their members fairly based on their inputs and outcomes. They would also maintain transparency. They would also prioritize transparent communication. They would also encourage open dialogues. They will also create an environment where employees feel comfortable expressing their concerns or complaints. Um, when equities arise, they would also take action to address them, whether it is by increasing rewards for those with lower outcomes or working to close the gaps in inputs and outcomes. In conclusion, equity theory is a valuable framework for understanding motivation and behavior in the workplace. It would direct my efforts as a manager to establish a fair, open, and just workplace that encourages the team members' motivation, job happiness, and general well-being. These theory insights are particularly relevant as we strive to create fair and harmonious workplace where each and every individual feels valued and treated fairly. Thank you for listening.